Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, we're going to get into this thing, man. The call-in number is 929-477-2759. You got yourself locked and loaded with Sports City. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are here with the chefs. Sports City, I can't even lie. Let me just get in this kitchen as best as I can, calling in by way of the state of Connecticut. I have my co-host with me, the evil side of the building, if you will, while we take this thing outside in the cold. Barry, the Villain Jordan, welcome to the Cookout. How are you feeling this evening?
Villain, the traveling vaudeville villain, who ain't giving a flying what, who ain't not feeling them. I'm in the building. I'm ready to cook, man. What's going on, baby?
Oh, so now we got him spitting coming in the kitchen. Wait, hold on, Sports City, man. Yo, Sports City, I know what I'm going through right now. Okay, so we got Barry coming in the building spitting off the rip. I ain't even talked to him yet like that. So that was just off the hip. He came off with a quick little 4. I give him 4 bars. I don't even want to give him 4, but I say like 1 really. But you know, I got to give him some credit. I got to give him some credit because he's a dad with his hands full. So I got to get from one dad to the next dad outside, if you will. We have Aaron Serious Simmons here. Welcome to the Cookout. How are you feeling this evening?
You know, fellas, I'm not going to even front with you today. I come in here with a heavy heart. You know what I'm saying? Lost my cousin today about a couple hours ago. So rest up, Clarissa, man. I'm gonna do this zip for you, baby girl. Let's get it.
Now that just took the whole mojo out of my back, like I don't have no energy right now. Like, oh my gosh, like I get that. And we just started going at it in the green room, Sports City. I'm not going to lie, I'm on the other side of the spectrum because I'm a little bubbly right now. I didn't drink or anything, but I'm happy as hell because in 3 hours, it's your boy's birthday, so I'll be ready to pop off. I already got this bottle of champagne about to get ready to get loose out here, do my thug sizzle as we get up out of the kitchen. But before we get out of the kitchen, we got a lot of stuff to get into all across the board. And I'm glad Aaron Serious Simmons is here. And I kind of want to light the flame to the kitchen because there's the entree that I'm going to get at. People, and Sirius is going to get a plate full of the entree, but I want to I don't even know if I get the call as like an appetizer. Like this is interesting, and I feel a certain way about it, and I kind of want to support him, even though the Grinch in me wants to start trouble. But here we have it, Sports City. James Harden is out here trying. I'm going to paint the picture as I see it, even though it may be different. I think he's trying to make a move to get out of Houston. I think he's doing everything that he can to get out of Houston. There were pictures taken of him being at a celebrity's party, a rapper out here, and he avoided going to 2 different practices. And I'm thinking that this is him basically keeping his foot in the door so he can get out the proper way. And the Houston organization said today that he has to have 6 consecutive negative COVID tests before he could come to the facility. So I'm wondering how you guys feel about this situation. I think that he's trying to get his last, play in Houston. To me, I think the Rockets will hang on to him throughout this season. I don't know if they move him, but this is a tough scenario for both the organization with a new coach, I think a new aura, if you will, and their leader trying to walk out the door. And then what is Harden trying to do? I mean, he said that he wants to get the 76ers and go to Philly. I don't know how that works out, but I want to throw this one in the kitchen and start this thing up. I'll save Sirius for last. Barry, set it off. How do you feel about the James Harden situation as this thing gets thicker?
I mean, this is going to be something that's going to go on for months, and we're going to be talking about it. It's going to be boring. And listen, he didn't show up, went to a party to force their hand to try to get the upper hand to get traded out of town. Once the Westbrook deal went through and to Washington, which I think is a good deal for Washington, we could talk about that later. But, I mean, once that went through, he tried to say, all right, you're not going to trade me. I'm going to make you trade me. I'm going to make you hate me. And it's not going to work. If I was Houston, I would not trade him right now because obviously if you're another team that wants Harden, I wouldn't give him anything for Harden. I'd be like, here's a bag of balls and some Charleston shoe. Here you go. You can have it for James Harden because the value's low. You wait until halfway through the year when the value goes up, when it looks like you're going to keep him to get the value. If Houston traded him now, it would be the dumbest move in the world. Listen, the whole shenanigans with him going to that birthday party, who cares? I don't care. I don't even know who the rapper was. I think he thought he was wearing a mask because of that stupid beard on his face. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking, but I think honestly, I don't know which one is the better fit. I think it'd be a mistake to go to the Sixers. I think that's the better team to trade with. Because if I was Houston, I'd be like, give me Ben Simmons and then we'll talk. With Brooklyn, I mean, you're talking about a package with Dinwiddie and company and probably LeVert and others. And listen, Ben Simmons is a 6'10", forward that is LeBron's heir apparent if he learned how to shoot. He could do everything but shoot the ball, and he refuses to shoot the ball. But I mean, the conversation starts with him. But I mean, Harden and Embiid, I don't know if Embiid would like, sitting back and watching Harden dribble, step back, shoot like 23s a game. So I don't know where it's going to end up, but his time in Houston is at an end. And you know what? I think he's done enough to that organization to run it into the ground to say, all right, it's time to trade me.
It's interesting that you brought Russ up like that, and while Russ was with the Thunder, of course, I love him, my point guard, but once he started seeing everybody leave, and then once Paul George left him with the discussion that he had with Kawhi Leonard, it was like, okay, I'm ready to go. I didn't want to stay here anyway. And then he went to Houston, and after 1 year, you were disgruntled and wanted to leave. I would do the same thing that Houston just did to Russell Westbrook. I'm not sending you nowhere where you think it's going to be a championship paradise. You are going to have to work like hell. Like I said, I was hearing at one point they were like Orlando, and I think it was the Wizards. I think it was Orlando or the Wizards when I heard about Russ. I would do the same thing to James Harden. I'd be like, Memphis, do you want James Harden or trying to think of names of teams that's trying to work their way out.
Israel Talib or something like that.
And I'm fishing. I'm like fishing for. Yeah. The Cap. Listen, I'll give you him for Sexton. Like here, you bring us Sexton. We'll take that and build off him. Send him somewhere where he's gonna struggle like hell. I'm not gonna help another team win a championship. And you were a piece that we were trying to build around. Like this, there is no way that I'm gonna let Harden get off like that. Let alone. You entice Russ to get back together because y'all the Cali boys, y'all did all the things together while y'all was out there in high school. This thing worked out in OKC. You left because you wanted another $1.5 million a year and left a championship caliber team while you guys were 21 and 22 years old. Now you were down there fighting like hell in Houston, got piece after piece to come help you, and you were disgruntled going at CP3, going at Russ. And you got to see the picture that goes around when he's telling Russ what to do, and Russ looking at him like, what? Like you got to see the face that he's making. Now he's ready to leave Houston because he knows that he can't bring one little ratchet. I'm talking hood now. Bringing one gun to a gunfight, like thinking he gonna fight his way out of the Western Conference. Like he know it's a problem. He know that's a problem. He couldn't beat the likes of Portland by himself. He can't beat the likes of the Lakers or the Clippers. Like I'm just trying to talk top heavy or Denver to do this quickly. Like so he know he has to go somewhere to at least have some pieces around him. I think that he definitely can go to another team that has at least another two guns to like try to make something happen, but I definitely, if I was the Houston organization, there is no way that I'm appeasing to him. And just like you said, Barry, I would sit on him until he cried, or probably try to resign. Like there's no way. But seriously, this is your team. This is something that you love, and I'm trying not to pick because I want to be serious about this. Your thoughts on the Harden situation, i.e., with him going to the baby's party, not wearing a mask, and not trying to be safe to me. And now he's stuck having to have 6 tests. What if one of them going to go right? They're going to make him do that all over again. So this is very interesting how both Houston and Harden are playing hardball.
Well, at the end of the day, man, here's the thing. Did I want this marriage to end ugly? No, I did not. But this is where we're at here. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I don't want him in my building. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to be this disgruntled, if you're going to be this much of a jag-off, if you're going to be this much of a fill in the blank, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to swear on the radio, yes. But if you're gonna be that type of dude, I don't want you. I don't want you. You know, at the end of the day, you turn down the money. You turn down because you got your feelings hurt. You don't want to be a part of a rebuild. So be it. We still own you. We still own your contract. We still own your rights. So you're either going to do this stuff our way, or we're going to send you to Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to send you to, name that whack squad. You know what I'm saying? We're sending you there. We're not going to appease your ego because you want to hook up with KD and Kyrie and Brooklyn. We ain't doing that. We ain't going to send you out to Philadelphia to play with Doc Rivers. We're not doing that. If you're going to flip the bird to us, we're going to flip the bird to you. So you either come in, show up, or get fined, or keep walking around going to these celebrity parties with no mask and catch that vid and get yourself really messed up. You know what I'm saying? The tolerance I have for James Harden right now is zero. Zero. All right? I have zero tolerance for this guy right now. You understand you want to be traded, you want to be moved, so be it. Show your behind up, work your behind off, and we'll move you. You've been nothing but good to us. We've been nothing but good to you. We made you the highest paid basketball player at one point. You know what I'm saying? We've been nothing but good to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where the marriage went south, but it did. All right, let's find a partner. But you're not going to sit there and drag us through some type of messy situation and expect us to stroke your damn beard and stroke your ego because you're James Harden. No, sir. Sit your ass down.
Wow.
See, I was trying to be good until later.
I know you ain't in church today. I know he ain't in church.
No, I am not.
Serious.
I told Ty in the green room, I'm coming in hot. Man.
But let me put it to you. Like, so this was me like a year or two ago when Porzingis wanted his way out and eventually got traded. And you hear people talking about, you don't trade that kind of talent, blah, blah, blah. But I was the one that was saying, the guy didn't want to be here. If you don't want to be here, you got to go. You're just a poisonous cancer that's going to spread through the whole organization. And I feel like it's at that point with Harden being in Houston because, like, look at it like this. Like, okay, he's had his best numbers in the D'Antoni offense in Houston. But other than that, in getting MVPs, what has he done? He has ripped this franchise apart from the behind the scenes. I want Chris Paul. They had to trade the world to get him. And then the next year, I don't want this guy. Or not the next year, but, a couple of years later, they had to trade him away because he couldn't play with them. He wanted another team player with like Westbrook. They had to trade the world to get him, and now a year later he's gone. He has ripped the assets away from the Houston Rockets because he wants another player to play with, and justifiably so. He's another star player away from being a top guy. But what are we talking about now? Like, he doesn't want to be here. And there's no future in Houston. That's why if I'm Houston, I'm going to Philly. Said, you want Harden? Give me the world and then some. Give me Ben Simmons.
Well, the thing
no, that's what they're asking for. So that's what they're asking for. They said if he were to go to the Sixers, Houston would be looking for Ben Simmons. But it's like, to me, I'd be in trouble because I'm looking the other way. I don't want Ben Simmons because he's scared to shoot.
I don't want Ben Simmons.
I don't want somebody
Ben Simmons.
Right, I don't want him either. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do that scared of everybody to shoot. Like, dude, listen, let me tell you something, Barry. I know you play ball with me. Look, I know you play ball with me. I know Sirius know what he do. When you go to a court and you go to work out or do whatever, what do you do first? You grab the ball and do what? You dribble and then shoot the damn thing.
Dribble around,
that's ABC. Like, if you're scared to do that, I'm not paying you no damn near $100-something million because I know that's the type of caliber player that you're going to require. I'm not giving you that type of money. I don't want it. I'd rather go after Embiid. I'm not trying to load up the Sixers just so you can try and win the championship.
I don't even want Embiid, honestly.
I'd rather that than Embiid. Out of Embiid or Ben Simmons, who would you take out of the two, honestly?
Honestly, I don't want either. I would go. I will go somewhere else. Here's the thing. I have gone on record to say.
Hold on. I was hitting on my point. Wait, hold on. I was hitting on my point. Hold on. Like, get back.
I got this. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. But what I'm saying is, I've gone on record to say that I felt as though Joel Embiid is not, and I emphasize this, is not a superstar player. He's good. Well,
whoa.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of harsh. That's kind of harsh.
I can justify it. I can justify it in a minute.
We'll be in a 4-alarm blaze if you do that. That's a 4-alarm blaze. We will be in a fight right now. Hold on. I was hitting on a whole nother point.
Hold on, Sarah, because I want to answer that question. Then I want to get to that Embiid point you just made, but. Honestly, TP serious. I know, but I just want to answer your rhetorical question, and I'm gonna let you take it. Like out of those two, if I'm Houston, the guy that I want is who I said is Simmons. I'd rather have Ben Simmons over Embiid, and it's the simple fact because it's a guard league. It's a guard oriented league, and this is a guy that plays at the top of the key. He's young enough that you can fix him to be a shooter. This guy's an elite defender, 10, that can, distribute the basketball. The only thing missing is a jump shot. That's it. And you can fix that. I mean, ask Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was a horrible shooter coming into the Mavericks from Cal. And look at him. He was one of the best three-point shooters in the game. I'm not saying he's going to be on that level, but you can fix that. He's young enough you can fix it.
Okay, now back to where I was at with this dish that I'm putting together, just trying to make an example to get to where the hell I was going to start cooking, and I was going to attest toward Barry. Barry, I don't blame Porzingis on wanting to leave New York. What was there for him in New York? Like Carmelo was aging and starting to look bad, and then he left. Who was there with Porzingis? Absolutely nobody. Me and you could have went out there and got a triple-double. Like that, there's no way that he would stay there and watch his career melt, and he already has injury issues. You know what I'm saying? So I can't blame Porzingis for what he's doing. Harden doesn't really have an injury history. It's more or less his shoulder bothers him here or there, but like while he was in the OKC, he was healthy. All throughout the duration of Houston, he's not really missed heavy time. So he's not a boggle on trying to get rid of because, a lot of teams, they know he's an MVP caliber player. But like I said, I would not feed somebody a full-course 5-star buffet of James Harden. I'm giving him McNuggets and a damn Happy Meal deal before I get rid of him and send him somewhere, especially in the Western Conference. I'm not trying to send him nowhere in the Western Conference where he's comfortable. Nowhere.
With Porzingis, I look at it like this. Like, yeah, I agree with you. No, New York was going nowhere fast, but he traded being a star on his team to being a Robin on a team that he can't even stay healthy for. This guy still can't get on the court. So, I mean, everybody knows my feelings on Porzingis. The guy didn't want to be in New York. They made cap space. He could have attracted another star, and they would have had R.J. Barrett. He didn't want to do it. His brother was the reason why. His brother is the worst agent in the world, corrupted him, whatever. We can get on from that. But listen, I like Embiid. I think he's an elite player. I don't know where Sirius is coming from that he's not. I don't know. He's probably one of the best bigs in the game, if not one, like at least top 3. I mean, at the very least. So. But I still think the upside on Simmons, because you're talking about a Houston team that needs to rebuild from the ground up. Who better to rebuild with than a dynamic, forward that plays point guard in his early 20s? I mean, you can't beat that.
I mean, and this is the crazy part about it. Like, of course, like you said, he could work on a jump shot, but he's working on it. He actually had 2 straight off seasons of where he was shooting the jump shot and looking good with it, and he goes right back into the, let me use the movie of Get Out. He goes back into that sunken place and doesn't want to do anything. So it's tough for him to build that confidence unless somebody just tell the rest of the team to stand at the half-court line and just tell him to try to get a point, go out there and try to get a bucket. There's no way that you could break that wall unless he figures that out. He more or less wants to get to the rim because he's used to getting in there and dunking or making a crazy pass in the midst of the paint and being on a dime with it, So I don't know. I would go after Embiid. I think the reason why I say Embiid is because he's a center. You could build around him. Not to just use this term, but he's an African also. So the last time that happened, it was Hakeem Olajuwon, and you know how that worked out. He got 2 championships down there in Texas. It is interesting to build around a big instead of a point guard that wants to be ball dominant. So I don't know. I'd rather go with Embiid. I'm not buying what Sirius is. I know he's probably driving through the mountains right now, so he lost service. I do want to get him back in here. I'm waiting for him to get in here because I know that's a topic I didn't want to lose, but he might end up losing that because we got to go on. But to me, there's no way that this guy is not a superstar. Like, if you're calling him a star, like in comparison to like the Paul George situation where Paul George had that MO of being a star and was getting ready to be MVP and then just fell asleep again for the past 2 seasons while he's with OKC, and then he went to the Clippers as well and did the same thing, then I understand. But Embiid is not falling asleep. Embiid is giving you games of 40 and 20 consistently, especially if he gets hot at three-point line. It's like he's adding to his game. He's making centers get mad that he's pulling up for jump shots and hitting them. So he's a dynamic player. I cannot look away from him and say that he's not a superstar. If I'm thinking of the Philadelphia 76ers right now, the first name I'm thinking about is Joel or Embiid. That's the only way I'm looking at that. That's the only way I'm looking at it.
I mean, I want to hear Sirius' take, but yeah, I see what you're saying. It's just I don't know. I don't see Philadelphia parting with Embiid because of the reasons you just said that you want him. You know what I mean? Why would you trade him away? I mean, to get Harden
right.
And then to put him with Harden and Simmons, that's not a good fit. Harden and Embiid is a better fit. You can't have Harden and Simmons is the same thing as Harden and Westbrook. It didn't work. So if you wouldn't do that deal. I wouldn't do it in the inverse. So that's just how I see it.
Okay, we got Sirius back on the line now. So please attest to me. Tell me why you think Embiid is not a superstar.
A couple reasons. First and foremost, he's not a legitimate big man. He's a big man who likes to stand outside of the perimeter and shoot jumpers. I don't trust his game. I don't trust his knee. I don't trust his work ethic. For me to count on you as a big man, you have to be counted on to make big shots in big moments. When was the last time he made a big shot in a big moment? The superstars in this game, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, James Harden, Luka Doncic, Dame Lillard, these all have made significant shots and carried their particular team to significant moments. Embiid can't stay on the floor longer than 20 minutes to do that. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how many sex commercials you have. I don't care that you're from Cameroon and have a nice accent. Are you an all-star? Yes, you're an all-star. But are you a mega superstar? No, you're not, because you haven't graduated to that level yet. I would take Giannis Antetokounmpo over Joel Embiid. And neither one of these two brothers can make free throws consistently. You are useless to me in crunch time because you can't make crunch time plays for me. You can't make a free throw. You're not going to knock down a step back jumper. You're not going to put your team on your back and carry me to a playoff victory. You're not going to do that. You're going to need a sidekick to do that with. And until you can do that on your own, I don't give a F what you're doing in the regular season. You're not a superstar to me.
All right. I don't know if I could base it off of him not getting a game winner or being that caliber of a game-winning type of shot, because it's going to end up being at a shooting guard, point guard trying to take that shot. If they could dump it to him in the paint, which they can, he has the advantage to win that. Or if he was at the top of the key to shoot the shot, I wouldn't want him to take the last shot, but he can hit the shot. But I wouldn't do that. But it's more logical percentage-wise to look at the guard or the forward, or at least a small forward to make that shot. If you're giving the leg up to Luka, listen, if you're giving the leg up to Luka, and Luka is an awesome player, I'm putting Joel Embiid in that same conversation. There's no way I can miss that. There's no way I can miss that.
Well, then you and I can argue until my 40th birthday, because there's no way in the world that I can realistically put Joel Embiid in the same conversation or in the same mentality as a Luka Doncic, regardless of position. Keep in mind, Joker takes those shots for Denver all the time. And he hits those shots for Denver all the time. In crunch time, you're not fouling Joker. He's going to the free throw line and giving you 2 free throws and making those buckets. Okay? This is over a course of a while. Joel Embiid is not a good free throw shooter. Joel Embiid doesn't have the killer instinct that other bigs, or that other superstars would have. He's a good player. Don't get it twisted. He's a good player. He will get you some points. I mean, he will do the commercials. He will sell your T-shirts. He will put butts in the stands for you. I mean, outside of him being a superstar, I think he's a good player. But he's not a superstar because he doesn't do superstar type shit. And in order for me, Sirius, to put you on that superstar level, you have to do superstar type shit. And he has not done that for his career yet. Not one. I think Doc Rivers is going to have a massive. I think Doc Rivers is going to have a massive problem on his hands in Philadelphia because his 2 stars can't shoot the basketball. Paul George got pissed off because, according to what Paul George said, Doc Rivers kept trying to put him on pin downs and play him like Ray Allen, and that's not his game. Who on Philadelphia is Doc Rivers going to get to do that? Joel Embiid ain't going to do it. Ben Simmons ain't going to do it. Tobias Harris ain't going to do it.
Right. No, I agree with you. I'm not. Right. I mean, Embiid is more of a set shooter, and Embiid is more back to the basket when he gets on the post. But now he's almost diva himself. But I still think he could get buckets. He still is giving you, and he's young. Don't forget, Embiid is still young. Like in the caliber of youth of where Luka is, even though Luka's younger than him, but it's not like Embiid is sitting up here being 27, 26 years old. Like he's young. He just fresh out of college, So, well, not fresh, but he's been in the league for a little bit, but he's not in his 30s. So, and let alone he's a big, and he's 7'3", and he could get that bucket up over anybody, and he could get to the goal. Right? There's a lot to Embiid other than him just hitting game winners. That'll come. That will come. I think with him being put in this position to hit game winners will come.
Here's the deal. Here's another point. I'm sure Slim Barry want to say something here in a minute. Here's my other point. We have gone games on, and I think there was a stretch last year or the year before that where Joel Embiid, this big, gargantuan 7'3", quote-unquote superstar, was averaging Timeless less than 10 points a game. If I wasn't driving out, I would be able to pull it up. But he went through a period of like a good 6 to 8 games where he was averaging less than 10. If you're some mega star, superstar, you're not going to average less than 10 for an extended period of time. You may have an off day. You may, start the game and, get hurt and have to come out or whatever it may be. But you're not going to average that. And listen, he's a big player. He's a big body, but he lives too much at the three-point line thinking he's Stephen Hart and all these guys. If you want to be a superstar, get your ass in the paint and dominate. You're 7-3. Put your neck on somebody's neck and put him in a basket.
I mean, he can, and I don't look. He can. I don't want to stick on that too long because I know we'll stay here, and there's a lot to cook up, and you will have an entree in front of you that I can't wait to put out there. But this is all fueled off of damn James Harden. Like, how do we get to, we got the Embiid big time? Like, this is crazy. This is what will happen in a doggone cookout. This is normal Sports City stuff. Like, stuff will get cooked up that fast, that quick. Okay, Barry, I know I got a ton of stuff, but I don't want to miss stuff that you have. I'll let you set it off, grab the tongs, and throw stuff on the grill. What do you have for the people in Sports City right now?
I mean, there's a lot going on in the East. I mean, you had 2 upsets with the Giants and the Redskins, but, all we want to talk about is Jalen Hurts getting the start over Carson Wentz. Is Carson Wentz finished? Is it over for him? And there's a lot of NFL headlines. Can, the Steelers getting their first loss? Can they hang with the Chiefs? Are the Chiefs, the go-to favorites? Like, who's the favorite in the NFC? But I'm looking at the Eagles because this is probably the last time I'm going to talk about these bums. And TP knows me. The only team more than the Cowboys are the Eagles. just because they torment my Giants in these stupid little games with their lucky wins. So, I mean, now the Eagles are trying to save their season. Peterson's trying to save his job by putting Hurts in. But what does this say about the Eagles as a whole, the organization, the coaching? Carson Wentz. Is Carson Wentz finished? Does he have a career back? What is going on in Philly, TP?
Boy. Now serious, I hope Jessica's not with you because it's a – let me say it the right way. Ordered another round. It's about to go down. Listen, okay. Mind you, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a Carson Wentz hater. I do like the guy. At one point, he was playing phenomenal football. The Super Bowl run that they went on, he was responsible for it until Foles came in the postseason and then ran him into the trophy. You know what I'm saying? But he had an MVP season that year, and he got his knee tore up, and that was like the end of his career right now. You mean to tell me, and this is what bothers me about a lot of these teams in the NFL, and the NFL does it a lot, that jump the gun and give any quarterback $100 million. Any quarterback, it don't matter who it is. It could be Andy Dalton. It could be. I'm trying to think of all the $100 million quarterbacks. Matt Ryan, even though I think Matt Ryan is a $100 million quarterback.
Stafford,
Stafford,
Russ got his
Kaepernick
money.
was one of them. Like I'm trying to do it quickly off the top of my head. But they didn't see that much through Wentz, and Wentz had an injury history. And this is what I see when I see him play. I think when I don't even want to call it pressing. I feel like if he isn't getting his way out there on the field, he'll just start passing. Like he won't audible into a run or nothing. They have had games where they've had 5 rushes, 7 rushes. Like they are not giving the ball to the running back at all. They're just letting him heave the ball, especially in the double coverage. He likes to do that. Like he really feels like he has pinpoint accuracy. I think now that his confidence is destroyed, let alone Jalen Hurts is coming in, and I don't know what it took him so long to go to Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts just came from not only Alabama but Oklahoma, and I think both of those schools are better than South Dakota State where he was. You know what I'm saying? But yes, he's a taller quarterback. He has a good arm. That's about it. This would be the funny part if Philly started winning games. If Philly started winning games and it's Jalen Hurts with the ball in his hands, this is letting you know a lot about Carson Wentz, and he'll end up being a backup. I don't know where he'll end up going to try to start. I think that this will ruin him at least in the state of Pennsylvania right now, or definitely in the city of Philly. Sirius, I'll let you go at it. If Jess is there, she could jump in too, but I'll let you have at it.
No. So my thing is this. This is literally a month too late for me. This is seriously a month too late for me. Like, we saw the writing on the wall for this coming for weeks now. And here's the problem we have. Carson Wentz isn't going anywhere. That's the problem. Like his contract is written as such as though, he's not going anywhere. Even if he's not on the roster, it's like I think it's $28.4 million against their cap. Like it's more expensive to get rid of him than it is to keep him right now. You know what I'm saying? So again, Dougie Peterson, in my opinion, his job is done. It's a wrap. After this season, Howie Roseman's going to go ahead and get rid of that guy. Had he made the move sooner, who knows what the Eagles will be. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, again, I like Carson Wentz. I think he has the potential to be a good dude. I get into several arguments across social media platforms about, well, they don't have no offensive line. They don't have nobody to throw to. This man has gone, I think it was 8 consecutive games being sacked 3 times or more. Okay? And if you look at how he's been getting sacked, he is not throwing the ball away. He is not, living to fight another down. He's forcing the ball into double coverage. Besides Russell Wilson, this man is second in the league in turnovers over the past 8 weeks alone. You can't turn the ball over, dude. You can't throw the ball in the triple coverage thinking that, your guy's just going to magically come down with it. I understand that you're pressing. I understand you want to make a big play. I understand all that. I'm an athlete too, my guy. Sometimes I think I can't miss. But I end up hurting my team, and I have to sit my black ass down and get some dip right in my system before I go back out there. And I think this is exactly what that is. I think Dougie Peterson is sitting him down, getting him some get right in the system. And this offseason, there's going to be an open competition at the quarterback position because, like I said a second ago, you can't afford to move this guy. You can't afford to trade him because nobody's going to take that contract. You can't afford to really have a backup on your bench that's making $28-some-odd million against your cap, so you're going to have to find a way to play him. But I believe Jalen Hurts is going to push him. I believe Jalen Hurts is going to force him to be better because, once again, if you go into this next year playing like this, the leash is that much shorter.
I feel bad because I agree with you 100%. This is how I feel about Carson Wentz. I don't think that he will leave because me, and I'm looking at myself if I was an NFL owner or a billionaire like that. If I give you $100 million, you think you just leaving here? Oh no. In the movie Players Club, Blue, all you do is spin records. That's like that's all you do. Who you think you is? Kick a plea? Or like you not leaving here. You got to do something. There is no way. But if Hurts is successful, it puts them in such a bind right now. It's because Hurts can move. He has championship caliber by playing in a D1 school. He's been around Nick Saban. He's pro ready. There's so many different intricate things for Hurts moving forward. So if he's able to win games, this is huge for Philly in which way they go and if they do keep Wentz or what they're going to have to do to try to move him. But I think him, in comparison to like a Mitchell Trubisky, this could actually shatter this guy moving forward.
You know what it is, though, TP, and I totally agree with you guys. Serious, your first point was so correct. It took them so long to make this change, but that's more of an indictment on the coaching not getting Jalen Hurts ready to be a starter, and you know Peterson trying to save his job, like trying to give Carson Wentz another chance, trying to get him to turn the corner, try to get him to maybe make some plays and get this thing turned around. He never did it, and they had to make this move because Peterson's trying to save his job. TP, you're right. You paid this guy $100 million. You better raise up. There's gonna be trouble. Walk it off.
Here's the funny thing. If he was really trying to save his job, Barry, I'm gonna get back to you in 1 second. If he was really trying to save his job, this would have been done when the Eagles were in contention for a playoff berth. This would have been done months ago.
But they were trying to do it with Wentz because he's the guy. Listen, Wentz is the guy that was having the MVP season before he tore his knee up. Like, this is the guy that, could have got you to the promised land before, Foles got hurt last time. So, and then last year, with little to nothing, had a good year and got them into the playoffs, beat the Dallas Cowboys to get into the playoffs. So, this is the guy that they thought they could do it, and he never did it.
Well, see, again, to your point, okay, you said was the guy that got hurt. He's no longer that guy. Was the guy that got them, to the playoffs that last year. That guy. Here's the thing, fellas. We have to, I'm saying you in general, quarterbacks, coaches have to look at your players as of what have you done for me recently business. They have to. Because Carson Wentz single-handedly caused the 2020 Philadelphia Eagles their season. Single-handedly.
And you know what it is, though? You know what the problem is? This guy has regressed every year, and the coaching staff and the GM and everybody involved allowed it to happen. Why are you giving this guy $100 million, and then a year and a half later, you're drafting a quarterback in the second round instead of giving him offensive line help or receivers in the deepest receiver draft we've seen in history, getting him weapons to succeed? Because you didn't believe in him. You didn't believe in him. This is the guy that at the line of scrimmage was changing plays in the huddle, changing plays, running what he wanted to run because he got the contract and he thought he could do whatever he wanted. Didn't try to progress and get better, work on his craft. because he was complacent. He got his check. He thought he was good. There was no accountability in that building. Everybody enabled him, let him think that he was the man when he was garbage and needed to get better. He had a half a good year. That's it. Let's be honest. He had an MVP half of the good year. He's been hot garbage. And you know what?
Great.
Peterson deserves to lose his job because of this. The GM deserves to lose his job because of this fiasco, because it's their fault that Carson Wentz is in this position. Because Carson Wentz has no weapons. They didn't draft the offensive linemen. They got an old offensive lineman, Jason Peters, and stuff. It got long in the tooth. They're getting this guy killed as soon as he drafts back. They can't run the ball, even though they can. They don't try to because Wentz thinks he can throw his way out. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I will say this though. They went and picked up Jalen Reagor, who I think is going to be a decent dude next year. They do got a decent tight end. They got running back. You know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders. So I agree with you except for the point where they don't have weapons. The problem is Carson Wentz is literally shit in the bed. He literally is just boo-booing all down the team's legs right now because he refuses to throw accurate balls and he refuses to put his team into winnable situations. Throw the ball away. Live the front of the day. Don't throw in the triple coverage. Take what Stephen's giving you. Like if you look, and again, my wife's an Eagles fan. If you look at how the Philadelphia Eagles are playing right now, Carson Wentz is missing wide open targets, bruh. Like yeah, he doesn't have the best talent in the world, but you got to take what's given to you. You got to take the targets that are there, and you're missing guys throwing Matthew Stafford overhead type balls. You know what I'm saying? Tighten up, man. Like, this is Carson Wentz and Carson Wentz alone.
I feel bad, but we got to move on. I just want to see what it looks like at the end of this year. And the crazy part is if Hurts runs this table, they got a problem on their hands because they put so much money invested in the Wentz. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Anything else, Barry? Throw another one on the grill.
I mean, I would love to get, first of all, Dallas. 300 yards on the ground is the worst defense in the world. But you know what? I want to just really quickly, I want to talk Steelers and Chiefs, but I gotta get this out. The Jets fired the defensive coordinator Greg Williams because of that horrendous call. And then, but, I don't know what's the bigger problem. The fact that Greg Williams got fired and became the scapegoat for the Jets' failures this year, or the fact that Adam Gase had the final say and it was his call to fire Greg Williams. I don't know what's the bigger problem for that Jets. I don't know what you guys think, but giving Gase any kind of stroke, any kind of power, any kind of say in anything that goes on in that organization, when this guy will be on the unemployment line in 4 weeks, is atrocious. I mean, they did Greg Williams they did him a solid by firing him early. They just gave him early vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like paid leave for paid vacation. TV or Sirius, whoever Sirius. I don't know what you think about this, but I think it's a joke that Adam Gase has any say in anything that goes on in this organization.
At the end of the day, gentlemen, like, to say that, Adam Gase did this guy a favor is about as accurate as it gets. And the thing is, gentlemen, I'm not sure if you guys took a look at the Adam Gase press conference when he was talking about it. This is a man who was seriously thinking as though his job is secure and his job is not in jeopardy. Like, he honestly believes that he's going to be the guy that coaches the first-round draft pick, whomever it may be. I'm not even sure if it's going to be Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields or Wassick from Florida or whoever comes out. This whole organization is a joke. And to be honest with you, I don't understand how you are winning the game late and you're not playing coverage when a touchdown beats you. Like, this was the worst blatant choke job, I've ever seen in my life. And you're the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that you have coordinators that call plays or whatever, but you wear the big boy pants. So you have the ability to say, nah, F that. That's not what we're doing. You have the opportunity to pull off.
Did you see the clip of that last play before they snapped the ball? Did you see it?
I did.
He walked away. He walked the other direction before the ball was snapped. And, like, it's okay, listen, if you call cover 0, fine. It's not a terrible call if it works. If you pressure the guys right, this is the coaching. Like, if you get the linebacker to step up and force the running back to step up, and then you can get pressure and get a free man, get after Carr, the game's over, fine. But you're the head coach. You have the earpiece. You hear the play being called. You do nothing. You see the play is about to get called as cover 0. You're walking in the other direction. You have a timeout left. You have one timeout left, and you do nothing. And then Greg Williams is the guy that gets fired. That's a joke. That is an absolute joke.
Again, it was a fall guy. He was the fall guy. And again, this man shows up at the press conference a day later talking about, his whole demeanor was as though I had to do what I had to do. I struggled with it all night. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. As if you've been coaching your ass off and had to make a difficult decision. You know what I'm saying? Bro, your job is done in 4 weeks. Black Monday, as they call it around the league, your job is so gone. So before you walk around, putting the blame on Greg Williams, who was actually a decent defensive coach. I mean, we had this discussion, off air, saying, Gabe, I don't want you anywhere near my program, bro. I don't know if it was Nas. The only one you got is the job that you got because you talked to Peyton Manning that one time. You're supposed to be the QB whisperer. Sam Donald has done nothing but regress ever since he came out of USC. This dude openly admit to seeing ghosts.
Over. It's over for him. It's over. It's over for Darnold. Like I was saying that before his junior year started in USC, when he was looking receivers down, I said that about him then. Everybody was so high about him. You could hear all of the draft shows that we had here. I was not high on Darnold, and they sold that. Peyton Manning saved Gase. And here's where I'm going to do a little – I don't even want to say I'm doing him justice, but I kind of want to help Greg Williams, but I can't because he's gone. Carr is not good against pressure, even though everybody and their mother know, just drop everybody back. I'm better off seeing, cover 2 or cover 4 back there, just to have people fall back. But I understand the blitz, but I wouldn't have sent everybody and left the corners on an island, especially with Ruggs by himself. So I get both sides of the spectrum. I understand where Williams is coming from, but this is like a portion of where these guys have been losing games all season long. So Gates' time is coming. There's no way that the Jets could be this unsuccessful, especially him being a part of a big market of the city or state of New York, however you want to address it, and not be successful, and you just hanging on real tight to what Peyton Manning sold for you. So at the end of the day, I think Week 17 or on Barry's birthday, January 4th, it's going to pop off. He'll be gone. But they're going to save face and let him stay there for the time being.
My birthday's the 9th, fool. The 4th. But, hey, listen, I think Darnold can get saved. Darnold can be saved because he's been coached so bad you can start from the ground up. But it's the coaching. Greg Williams, if you're going to call cover 0, send him early instead of sending him late. You got a linebacker sitting back and then go get your behind on the line of script. You'd rather have a false start, give up 5 yards, than to be late and let Carr be able to step up in the pocket on cover 0 and throw a bomb to a corner that can't cover anybody. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was, I swear, talk about a perfect storm. Talk about a perfect storm. And here's the crazy thing about that whole game, gentlemen, is like if you listen to the post-game remarks from both teams, like you got Derek Carr and and John Gruden talking about, how much they pulled out of win. My guy, that game was hand-wrapped and gifted to you by the New York Football Jets. Y'all motherfuckers almost lost to the Jets that are trying to tank. These Bama's are trying to tank, and they almost beat you. And then you got Adam Gates talking about how, he had to struggle with a difficult decision. The only decision you had to struggle with is taking your ADHD medicine, big eye. Shut your face up and keep moving.
Well, I don't want to fester on this Jet situation too long because that is an issue that they do need to figure out. I feel terrible for them moving forward. But I got to talk. I got to tell them how I feel. I got to talk about this game as I see it. Well, it's about time I take this thing out of the doggone oven and put this on the table outside here for the people of Sports City. And I don't, what gets under my skin is when people say, oh, well, the team in 72 can pop their champagne and safe for another year. And it's like, okay, I get it. But don't just keep comparing everybody to that 72 team. Yeah, they ran a table back then. It was cool, but it's like, dog, there was less teams. Athletes are different, even though I'm making excuses for the Steelers right now. But they did end up losing that streak of having 11 out the gate, and it looked like they were going to end up running the table. I thought, at least what I thought that they had it. And for them to be at home up against a Washington football team, everything was going their way. But obvious enough, there wasn't too much that could have been done, especially with, and this is a certain way that I feel about, like, the running game. And I don't want to pick on, I'm not saying picking on him, but like James Conner and the way that he's able to play ball. I'm thankful that, God gave him a gift to play ball after what he was able to fight. But they're not able to run the ball. And hearing Coach Thomas saying, if we can't get a yard, then we don't deserve to win. And just hearing that and then thinking about what was happening in the run game, it wasn't happening. And a lot of this pressure is on Ben if they don't have that running game working. And then this is something that we had going on outside of the kitchen in discussion toward Ben, or something that I addressed in the kitchen with Ben. This is their first loss. And the passing game was working early, but it's like they went away from it. And, some plays didn't go in their favor. But it's just one loss. And, hearing other people come out and say, well, at least I'd rather see the Steelers lose the game at this point is crazy enough. I wouldn't want to lose, but then again, to get that weight off of their shoulders at the end of the day. But Alex Smith finding the savvy to come back and win that game, and Washington put things together, making it that much more interesting in the NFC East, to say the least. But to go into Pittsburgh and steal that game and to knock off the Steelers at home, that was incredible to me. I want to see how you feel about that one, Barry, and then I'll go to Mr. Simmons himself.
I mean, completely annoying. Completely annoying to see Washington pull out a game when I'm trying to take the division. But I still think the Giants can take that division. But, I mean, listen, good win by the Redskins. I think they exposed, to your point, they exposed the Steelers' run game. Washington has one of the better defensive lines in the league, and they couldn't muster a running game. And then when you're just trying to just do it with the passing game and then the defense, it gets a little dicey. Like, I think Pittsburgh has been teetering on that line of about to lose, but kind of pulling out games, and they finally lost the game. And I think it's the best thing for them, because now they need to get back to business, get back to work, and get that running game going. They don't have a running back. They don't have a guy they can hand the ball off to. They haven't had that since Le'Veon, and maybe in the draft they need to start thinking about drafting a running back. There's a couple of good ones coming out in the draft. So, but Pittsburgh, I think, I don't know. I don't know if they can hang with Kansas City. This is the difference between the Steelers teams of old and then the Steelers teams, that won Super Bowls. Like, if they got to go to Kansas City to win that championship game, it ain't gonna happen. If Kansas City has to come into Pittsburgh, it's a different story. Just like when Pittsburgh would be, just one game behind the Patriots and had to go to Foxborough to win that game to get into the Super Bowl, couldn't do it. Or had to go to Baltimore to win that one game, couldn't do it. But when it's at home, they can take care of business. So they need to shore it up and make sure they have home field throughout. The passing game is solid. They got good receivers. Ebron dropping a lot of passes, though. That was kind of concerning to me.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh.
Dropping everything.
Oh, my
dropping
gosh.
everything.
Listen,
but,
let me tell you something, Barry, before you keep going. You keep going. That is why Detroit sent him packing. Listen, that's why Detroit sent him packing, and I thought that he was going to do good in Indy because he was up there like, oh, Luck is better than Stafford, and he's this, that, and third. That's why Indy sent him packing. And Sirius was like, yo, we got Ebron. I'm like, watch. You'll be talking about it soon enough. Soon enough. And sure enough, it wasn't like, it's not like long, deep routes. He was getting routes where he's turning to Ben and looking Ben dead in his face and dropping passes. It's like, Ebron, I don't know what else they need to give you. You got the special gloves. You're getting passes from Ben where Ben isn't chucking bullets around the field. Like, I don't get it. Like, that's an extreme letdown from team to team to team for Ebron. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, listen, I totally agree with you. And it was just like, it was easy passes he was dropping too. Like, so it was just like, what the hell? But, I mean, Pittsburgh's got to get the home field so they don't have to go to Kansas City because even though with COVID and, fans in the stands and everything, it's a different animal. When you have to travel, be in the hotel room, can't leave, quarantine and all that stuff, and then have to play a game, it's a lot different when you're home and you can be around your family and do your thing. So, but they got to fix this running game. I don't know what they can do, if they can, I don't know what they can do. I honestly don't know if they have to change the scheme. I think Ben's playing well, getting the ball out quickly. But, maybe they got to take some more shots down the field. Maybe he has to be, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, maybe they have to just take their shots with Juju and carpool down the field. Like, I don't know. Like, but the running game, it has to start with the running game. They have to win up front with the offensive line, and they have to get a running back that can get them at least play ahead of the chains because you saw a lot in this game where they were, like, 2nd and 10 and then 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9, and they were just playing behind the chains a lot. They got to play where they're, second and, at least 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, and then can get ahead of the chain. So, but they got to figure it out and quick.
Okay, Mr. Simmons, I'll allow you to address this stake, your thoughts on what happened in Heinz Field.
See, the thing is, gentlemen, this didn't just happen in Heinz Field. This has been a complete microcosm of how we've been playing over the past month. If you both do follow me on social media, so what I'm about to say should not come as a shock, but I actually have been warning Steeler Nation about this very thing for quite some time, even so far as to be called a bunch of other different haters and dick riding what other networks are saying and this, that, and the third. The point of the matter is this: we have been significantly blessed to pull out wins when we should not have deserved to win. Right now, we lead the league in drop passes. We have 34 drop passes this year. Over the past 2 games alone versus the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington football team, we have given up a total of 16 passes, 3 touchdowns, and over 215 yards. That's just in drops alone. I'm not even going to go on Ebron. I'm not even going there. Because he's not alone. Juju's dropping passes. Deontay Johnson's dropping passes. Chase Claypool's dropping passes. Okay, we don't have a run game at all to speak of to back these defenders up. So when Ben is under the center and he steps back, he throws, all defenders know to do is to get their hands up. Because Ben, as of right now, has been one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league, and he gets the ball out the quickest. So all you have to do is get your hands up because our offensive line cannot generate a push. It doesn't matter who's back there. James Conner hasn't played the past 2 games. It doesn't matter. And he wasn't getting the rock and toting the rock well when he was in there. Benny Snell not toting the rock like he's supposed to. We drafted Anthony McFarland, Booger McFarland's son last year. He's not toting the rock when he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? We get out to these big old leads, and then we can't seem to hold them because we can't sustain offense. We don't get off the field on 3rd downs on defense. We gave up 2 third third and long plays in successive games. Third and long. We had these motherfuckers backed up 3rd and 15 inside their own 20-yard line and gave up a goddamn screen to a motherfucker who ain't been drafted. Get all blocks and make tackles in critical conditions. And people want to tell me that I'm different because I called this shit a while ago? Fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, we're 11-0. We don't like an 11-0 ball club. Me and my father, Thomas was my dad. He's a preacher. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me and my dad go blow for blow every fucking week because my dad's philosophy is old school. We won the game, though. Great. I'm glad we won the game, though. Big picture. We're lucky to win these games. Literally. Keep it a buck. We should have literally at least 4 losses right now. We need to get out of
So like Barry, wait. So like Barry was saying, how do you feel amongst the likes of all of the top quality teams in the AFC going into January? How do you feel they fare?
Well,
yes, of course they're tied for the best record in the division.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I think we fare very well because our defense is literally the truth. Our defense is the truth, and honestly, outside of Kansas City, our receivers, I think, are some of the best in the business if they hold the fucking football. They gotta hold the damn ball. We got Ray McLeod muffin punts. You know what I'm saying? Giving up turnovers and shit. We got Deontay Johnson running without the football. We got Will routes on linebackers that are wide open and then putting the ball in weird positions. Once again, I think honestly, I don't know how to lose. You know what I'm saying? I've never a guy that's going to come on this show that's going to go and step into a stadium or step on the basketball court and be like, you know what? Today's a great day for a loss. I do think that this squad was smelling themselves a tad bit too much. I do think this squad does not know how to deal with a loss because we haven't lost since last year. You know, Chase Claypool, my guy, I love him to death, talking about, you know, losing. I haven't met her yet, this, that, and the third. Well, motherfucker, you met her. Now what the fuck you do because you're a guy who's also dropping the football. Fuck if you are a rookie. I don't care if it is cold outside. Put out your drawers on. Catch the fucking ball.
Wow.
And, yo, we had the ball. We had the ball first and goal inside the 1-yard line. We ran 8 plays. Oh, no, excuse me, 9 plays. Didn't gain a fucking yard, B. Your offense is so bad right now. We threw a tight end eligible play, and the fat motherfucker fell backwards. Goddamn ball. What shit is this? Again, I don't give a fuck. Again, listen. I think we'll be fine. I'm glad that we got Buffalo in prime time this Sunday in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Because we tend to rise up versus opponents that we have to because, you know, this is what we do. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, Steelers fans are spoiled as shit. We don't understand how to appreciate nothing. We don't understand there's a process to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're 11-0. Great. We look like shit. And I told y'all motherfuckers a while ago, there's gonna come a time when Cinderella was gonna smile and that chariot that we been riding was gonna turn into a pumpkin. Every night it turned into a pumpkin.
So Barry, how do you feel they fare? How do you feel they fare against the likes of? I know Kansas City is the one that just comes to mind. But there are a lot of teams playing good football at the right time in the AFC. There's more than just Kansas City that they need to be concerned with in the AFC.
I think they can get picked off before they get to the championship game. They don't be careful. I mean, Buffalo, you got to put respect on their name. Listen, that team in their division is some good football right now at the right time. A lot of the wins early in the season were against teams that were playing bad and weren't playing good football. But, you know, 9-3 is 9-3. You don't have to apologize for getting 9-3 in this league. So, Their defense is legit. They got Garrett back. They're running the ball as well as any team in the league right now. And Baker isn't making mistakes. That's all you really need. Can they beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh? I don't think so. But you know what? If it came down to a playoff game, I wouldn't be surprised if they got picked off. I think the Steelers, and I have to say, for the fans out there, excuse Sirius's language. I know he was very upset. I just wanted to put that out there. But the Steelers' defense is getting exposed because the injuries are starting to build up. I mean, they lost their middle linebacker in that game against Washington, and it's going to start to take a toll. So hopefully they can figure it out before the playoffs start. I think they got time. I think they'll take the division. I don't think Cleveland can catch them. But if Pittsburgh isn't careful, one of those teams can pick them off, and then there's obviously the Chiefs. So I don't know. I don't know if the Titans can. I think the Titans, the running game and the defense is good enough to play keep away, but they got to be careful.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's only one team outside of the Chiefs that I would honestly worry about. I mean, I'm not even studying Buffalo, and we play them. We play them Sunday. I'm not even studying Buffalo, and that's the Tennessee Titans. Team, there's something about the way Mike Vrabel has that squad playing, even though they lost to Cleveland. Here's the thing, Cleveland, to me, it's a divisional opponent. We know them like the back of our hand. Baker Mayfield has never beaten Ben Roethlisberger, and I don't expect him to anytime soon. Their secondary is horrible. So at the end of the day, I kind of hope we do play Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? The Buffalo Bills, we're going to see them Sunday. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Miami's not going to beat us in Pittsburgh in the dead of winter. I don't care if it's Tua. I don't care if it's Fitzpatrick. I don't care if it's Jesus Christ of Nazareth. They're not coming in Pittsburgh to beat us. That's just
boy.
That is definitely not happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. And obviously we got to figure out what's going on with another squad. But at the end of the day, fellas, I said a lot, and rightfully so. I'm pissed that we lost this ball game, but I saw it coming, and we do have a real issue at hand, and that's to address and fix the running game. Maybe getting Pouncey back will help. Maybe he's back activated off the COVID list and expected to play Sunday. Obviously, James Conner being back, who is a veteran, who has a different running style. Him being back in the fold may help us out a little bit. But, we as an organization have to help each other out, in all three phases. Our defense is top-notch. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Hayden's in the protocol where he's expected to be ready to go Sunday. We lost, Bud Dupree last game against the Ravens. Blaine has a knee injury. He's expected to miss a couple games, but we just signed somebody off of San Francisco practice squad, and we picked up A.J. Wilkinson from the Jets, so he's in the system a little bit. Steve Nelson will be back next game. So our defense is going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? We just have to play situational football. And over the past month, we have failed to do that, and it bit us in the ass on Monday.
Okay, I'm just got to check on him. Got to make sure he's okay. Sports City,
I think he's good, TP.
No. There was a lot of curse words and bombs coming out of him. So I don't know if you.
I know.
If you think that.
I got worried too.
Listen, if you think that's good, you heard what he said. His father's a preacher, so I can't wait to get to Mr. Simmons immediately. Immediately, I'm going to talk to this guy for real.
But TP, he might be the cussing pastor like Freddie Gibbs. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it Friday. And,
not my daddy.
I don't give a fuck Friday. The position, seriously. And the NFC, man. I gotta give props to my Giants, man. We did call it on the I picked against them because I thought Seattle at home was going to be without our quarterback. is going to be a win for them. But you know what? They came out there. They punched Seattle in the mouth, the Giants. That defense is legit, and they're playing some good football right now. I think that's a dangerous team that they should be able to take that division. A home game in New York in January. It looks like probably Tampa Bay would have to go to New York and play. I don't know about their chances. New York, should have won that game against Tampa Bay earlier this year. I don't know if anybody – listen, I know they're 5-7, but they're playing good football right now. I don't know if anybody wants to play with them right now. I want to see what Tampa Bay is
like after this bye week. Like, that was a team that was on some real tight, soul-searching, expedition during their bye week before they went on their bye week last week. They come back this week. I want to see what the hell they look like this last month of the season, because we all have questions that need answers from the New York from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Sports City, this is crazy because you had Barry, a.k.a. the Villain, up in here talking all types of crap about the Giants, and Danny, he don't even know what to call him, his last name, and now he up in here and said, I got to talk about my Giants because they in first place with a 5-7 record. These people are out of their doggone mind. Out of their mind. Out of their minds. I wish I had tapes right now to just rewind and just play this type of crap.
You see what I have to go through? It's ridiculous.
You is the real hero. I don't know why the title on the joint ain't changed. Like, you is the real hero. You know what I'm saying? This is a division winner conversation. Like, right now, we won in our division, so people who are picking in the top 10 need to shut the hell up.
Okay, Sports City. Now, here goes the crazy part. Here goes the crazy part. And here goes the crazy part, because I'm gonna ice the cake on serious when I need to. First off, I'm the one up here saying Danny Dimes, trying to give him his nickname and try to do due diligence. So here goes Barry. Oh, don't call him that. Don't call him that. Wait, hold on. Don't cut me off, because I'll let y'all talk and do what y'all do. Y'all do that. Every time if I say one little doggone topic, y'all going to sit there and eat this food how y'all need to eat this doggone food. I'm up here saying Danny Dimes. Next thing you know, you don't want to give Danny Dimes credit. Everybody in the kitchen went with Seattle because Colt McCoy running the show. We didn't see Colt McCoy win a game since Cleveland, Washington. I'm racking my brain trying to pick up a doggone win. Don't try to come out here and throw this stuff to the people. It's not right. And then you said to the top 10 teams that's picking, I bet you can't name the top 10 because Detroit don't fall in there. So, you better get your stuff together and leave me alone because you talk about kitchen cursing like a sailor. Excuse me. I don't cut you off. You sit down and eat this food that I'm giving you. No, I didn't. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. No, stop it. You're lying. Stop it. You stop.
There is nowhere in the world that these Detroit Lions ain't going to be picking in
See, Sports City, this is what I have to do to people that don't want to pay attention, right? Because I'm up here trying to talk, and I got to tell these people how I doggone feel. I'm not going to let these people talk about this how I see it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he said top 10. Detroit ain't in the top 10, okay? That's in his doggone draft. So he need to get his stuff together at the end of the day because he's crabby about the Washington football team. Shout out to my pops. Go ahead and sleep on the cloud. You know what I'm saying? Because your boy took care of business while the dude was all up in the kitchen on the anniversary Sunday going absolutely crazy. Now, I will let both of you speak now that I got that off of my doggone chest.
As I'm saying, I'm still talking. By the time the season ends, y'all motherfuckers going to be picking in the top 10. Exactly. You can do me all you want.
Listen, I'm a real fair weather fan, but I'm a fan. Listen, if my team stinks, I'm going to tell you they stink. I'm not going to be delusional like you are and say, oh, my team's going to do this. Listen, my team was 1-7 when Danny, not even Dimes, Danny Quarters, was playing like garbage. He was hot garbage. He was throwing picks, turning the ball over. That's fact. That's not my opinion. That's not me being a fan. That's me telling the truth. Because that's what I do. I tell the people the truth as the villain. I'm the hero here. I tell the truth. Many times we're playing much better football. The Giants' defense is a top 10 defense in the league. Fact. And they're playing better football. So So what am I supposed to do? To hear, oh, well, they'll blow it eventually. No, I'm telling you, I know what I'm watching. I watch them every day. I'm watching day in, day out. Like you watch the Detroit Lions, who I picked on Sunday to win the game, and the villain was right about that. So I'm not telling you the truth, man. I know what I'm looking at. The Giants are playing better football. They're a dangerous team, even though they're 5-7 because they've won 4 straight. They went into Seattle and beat the 12th man. They beat Russell Wilson, an MVP candidate, and made him look like a bum. That's what I saw. That is fact. That's not me being a fair weather fan. Oh, good one day. Danny Dimes one day. Danny, Bitcoin the next day. Come on. Like, I'm telling you the truth, TP. Now I can talk my shit. Now you can go back.
Listen, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. You did call that Detroit game because I did not believe that they could beat Chicago with Khalil Mack on the field because, look, the last, Trubisky was 4-0 against them, right? I want to say the last 3 games where Khalil Mack was there, Khalil Mack was just running over Decker. Like, Decker had no shot. And for some odd reason, they figured it out and put an undrafted rookie defensive end at offensive tackle, and you didn't see the daylights of Khalil Mack. I don't even know what was going on, but they actually slowed him down. They stopped Akeem Hicks. I thought that they were going to have a field day going up against Stafford, and it was still a game, and he got back into that. So I give you credit for that. Something that was
I want you to say that again. Say it loud. Say it loud.
I hate to give him credit, but Russell Wilson, there was something going on with him in the game. He did not look like himself. He was trying to do that, that overlapping, circle. I don't really want to call it a spin move, but like try to outrun the defensive lineman, and they were staying right at home and getting to him. And
wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing wrong. That was that defense. We got to give them credit.
Was on that ass.
Leonard Williams finally looks like the top pick, the guy that wants this mega deal, and as the likes of Aaron Donald and company, he looks like he's earning that contract. One of the best signings that the Giants have done in years on the defensive end, 2 of them. Martinez at the linebacker spot has solidified the middle of the field for that defense, and Bradbury Jr. on the corner is finally a cover corner that, guess what? He went toe-to-toe with the big boys yesterday with Lockett, shut down Lockett completely, and then when he had to cover DJ Metcalf, he hung in there and held his own, but he didn't have to do much because that defensive line was all over Russell Wilson. They had a great game plan, a great game plan, and they executed it to perfection. You got to give that defense credit, and you got to say, guess what? Giants are coming.
Whoa! Don't say they're coming. Their defense is okay. I'm still questioning the rest of that offense though. But y'all did do your job.
Okay.
Hold on, slow down.
Hey, listen, But TP, listen, they're running the football a lot better now than they were at the beginning of the year. And I'm not saying that because Barkley's hurt and they got to no. The offensive line is finally clicking. I think Thomas has gotten through the growing pains. That offensive line is gelling, and they're punching people in the mouth, moving them off the football, and running the ball effectively. Gallman has saved his career. I think the offensive line has played great. We were talking a lot of junk about Colombo and Judge getting into a fight, but guess what? They got rid of them, and they're still playing well. Judge is finally the right coach in New York. I think the Giants are well on their way, and guess what? I'm going to say it on this show because I'm the guy, TP, that's been killing Gettleman. Time to give the devil his due. He's drafted well. This current draft class, you're talking about a 7th-round pick in Crowder that's contributing on this team. They got guys all throughout that draft last year that have contributed on this defense and on this team. Lemieux, as an offensive guard, has come in and played well. Thomas, if you're going to kill Gettleman for what he's been doing, drafting poorly, quote-unquote, you got to give him credit. He's drafted the right quarterback, it looks like. He got Barkley, even though he's hurt, and he's hit on some of these offensive linemen finally. You got to give him his due. And he brought in some free agents that are working out in Martinez and Bradbury. Got to give the devil his due.
I'm not giving Gettleman no doggone credit, man. Everybody been trying to get Gettleman out of there, including yourself. You wanted him out of there. And this is one little stint where they're 5-7. Like 5-7 is giving him respect You guys are hanging on to a thread. You would not take 5-7 and be proud about it right now in December if it was any other December. But right now, since the whole division is crappy, you're going to take it, and I don't blame you. But stop it. Don't you sell these people, Gettleman. Don't you sell them this with 5-7. Stop. Or no?
I'm not trying to sell them, Gettleman, but I'm saying you can't argue with the fact that they're playing better football. The guys he brought in are contributing as draft picks and as free agents. You got to give him his due. If you're going to kill him for the same reason, you got to give him the credit. You have to.
Here's the real talk for you, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the New York Football Giants are leading the division. If the season ended right now, these Bama's will be hosting a playoff game. You know what? Like it, love it, hate it, whatever, the NFC lease is playing like some trash right now. But they are winning that trash race. Give the man their due. You know what I'm saying? The Dallas Cowboys ain't winning the division. The Philadelphia Eagles right now are in quarterback plus. So the Washington football team and the New York Giants are going to battle out the last month of the year to see who wins this division. Nobody
and not a lot of guys
ago.
remember what your record is when you made the playoffs. All they say is you made the playoffs. I mean, you know what I mean?
You got a ticket to the dance. Nobody cares who you showed up with, what girl you brought to the dance. You got a ticket. Now party. And sip you some scissors and get your swerve on. You got the dance now. But you know,
you can show up with Big Booty Judy, or you can show up with that nerd with 3 eyes. I mean, it doesn't make any difference.
It don't matter.
You know what I'm saying?
They all look good with the lights out.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we look. We look good with the lights out right now. So, you know, I mean, that's all I gotta say about that. I had to get that out. So.
This is terrible, Sports City. I don't know what to do with these two, Sports City. This is what I'm going through.
You love it. You love it because it's the truth. It's the truth.
No. I got one of them
I
up
don't
here.
have anything to cling to. I'm an abused Knicks fan. My Yankees can't get out of the AL, and my Giants are finally winning, and you want to give me crap for it. Like, I should apologize for being in third place in the crappy division. The Villain's not going to apologize.
I'm not giving the Giants crap. I'm giving you crap for being a double dutcher. And you know what double dutch is? Get ready to jump in. Get ready to jump in. Get ready to jump in. Like that's what you're doing. Like, stop it. Don't try to tell these people this. And you got Aaron over there acting like Azrael and the Smurfs. Stop all of that. I don't want to hear all of that crap. Stop. No, enough is enough. Now. These dudes are acting absolutely up. And they want me to sell this. Like, what? Are you kidding? Okay, so we have 6 minutes left. I don't know where to go within the 5-minute realm. Do you guys want to close up? Do you got more that you want to throw out here? Let me know what you guys want to do.
I mean, I'd love to just get under your skin. I'd love to get under your skin a little bit more. I mean, if that's even possible. But because I came to destroy you. I came to destroy the game. That's what I'm here. That's what the villain does. Intricate plot.
The hero.
B-boy strap.
The hero. You are the hero.
And the words,
listen. You're the hero.
Excuse me. In the words of James Todd Smith, you can never ever pull my lever, 'cause I'll explode. Because my mama said knock you out. Don't make me do that. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are something else. I got to hit them with the old school, like what I was brought up off of. You know what I'm saying? No, get out of there. Don't you do that. Not in front of my birthday. Not in front of my birthday. No, I will not have that today. That's not in front of my birthday. I'm chilling. So listen, here we go. So if you want, we can keep going. I do want to get picks out of you guys before we keep going or do whatever we need to do.
Let's clean it up. 5 minutes. Let's just go around the horn real quick.
I'm trying to say it before you cut me off every freaking time. Like, what are you guys? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Okay. There's a Thursday night matchup. The New England Patriots are visiting the Rams. This is a very interesting matchup because the Patriots have totally turned their season around. I don't know how this happened, but I got to just look at Bill Belichick like this dude is really a genius. Like how? Everybody was talking about it's over for Cam, and Cam not putting up electric stats, but for some odd reason they're able to still win games, and Cam is, I guess, managing right now. But I want to see how you guys feel about it. Can the Patriots go cross-country and upset the Rams, or do the Rams protect their house? I'll let you set this one off, Aaron, and we'll go around the kitchen.
You know what? Here's the crazy thing about this whole song and dance. I know what's about to take place, so Barry, buckle up. The Patriots are winning this ball game. The Patriots are going to win this ball game. Yeah. It annoys me to no end, but the one thing you can't do versus a Bill Belichick-led organization is turn the ball over. And Jared Goff is about as good for 2 a game. And Bill Belichick loves to take away what you do best. And they have some hogs on the front that can really get out to the passer, and their bread is buttered on defense. It doesn't matter who the hell Cam Newton's throwing the ball to on offense or trying to throw the ball to or skipping the ball to because he can't throw accurately, but that's only like conversation for another day. But give me the Patriots to win this ball game.
And this is outright, too. Okay, well, Barry, how do you feel about this matchup? And just to let you know, the Rams are favored by 5 or 5.5. I think I have 5.5 here. Who do you like in this matchup? Or do you think the Patriots can cross the country and go into L.A. and steal one? Or do you think the Rams make it interesting in the NFC West?
I mean, listen, I look at Bill Belichick, and he reminds me of Tracy Morgan. You know, he's a genius. My son is a genius. He's a genius. But listen, you know, but did you watch any of that game? Like, Cam Newton still looks boo-boo, okay? You know, like, he still looks trash. I mean, like, they're not going across country to LA to beat that team. Even with Belichick, and even, you know, I think, you know, if anything, I think McVay and company learned their lesson from that Super Bowl game, will adjust and try to do some different things, not what's on tape, to beat the Patriots, because Belichick is the master of that. But listen, I just don't see them going. That defense is ferocious. They are going to get after Cam. If you think Cam took a beating at the end of that, what was it, the Cardinals game, to put them in field goal range, Aaron Donald's going to have something for him, okay? I just don't see it happening. I think the Rams will cover. They'll win by 10 points.
Damn. And we got the kitchen split right now. And I really was going to go over the momentum on the way the kitchen went. Barry went one way and Sirius went the other way, and they split up after they just tried to join forces. Talk about lackadaisical here. Okay.
You can't think for yourself. You got to follow the villain. You can't think for yourself.
I know. Because it's like, I don't know if this will be the breakout game for Cam, because I really feel like Aaron Donald is going to make it a problem for the Patriots offensive line. Their offensive line has not been doing well up front as it is. So I am going to go Los Angeles, but it's just something about Belichick. Like, Belichick beat them. He knows what to do to take away from him. And I think, if anything, if Belichick makes this a game, he has to get after Goff. If they can stop Goff, it's over. Like that defense could do as much as they want. He'll go back to winning the game 13-3 again and going home and on his merry way. So I'm going to go with the Rams. If the Rams get stumped by the Patriots again while they're terrible, I think this could, I don't want to say shatter their season, but it'll like mess up their momentum or their mental moving forward, that they can't figure out the teams of, you know, that are used to winning or being able to take care or take advantage in these certain situations. So I am going to go Rams, but I will tip my hat if Belichick can pull this off and win in L.A. while this defense is doing their thing. Just like Barry said, this defense is doing their thing in L.A. They are. And I look at Ramsey trying to shut down one of their best receivers, and Aaron Donald trying to make it tough up front and get into Cam and making Cam try to be a runner again. So That's how I feel this game could go. But again, Belichick with a headset and his sweater sleeves ripped up, anything could happen. Okay, so I need plugs and closeouts from the both of you as I get ready to kick this thing off in about 90 minutes. That's right, and we'll be back here Sunday morning. No. Actually, no, Sports City, I do have to make an announcement. I won't be here for quite some time, actually, unless I could get the villain to come in here and start cooking. I will be in the valley. I'll be out of here, so I'm on my way out of the state. So I will be gone. I will be gone. So I do stay tuned, Sports City. We will try to put some stuff together if I could get him to give me some availability, but I don't know. I don't know what this guy's up to. I know you have family schedules to figure out things of that nature. But I need plugs and closeouts from each of you. I'll start with you first, Mr. Grumpy Simmons. Give me a closeout plug, anything that you like to promote as we shut the lid here at the Cookout.
You know, man, it's your boy Sirius repping out 412 and 703, man. It's such a pleasure to be here in the building. Happy birthday, TP, you know what I'm saying? I can't stand you. I hate your guts. I hope you catch the back hits in the mud butt. But, you know, I'm glad you're around for me to punch on. You know what I'm saying? So, happy birthday to my guy down there, man. It's been fun, man. I hope you have a good time. Wherever you're going, man, be safe, man. Do what you got to do. I do want to say this, man. I lost my cousin this afternoon to diabetes. You know what I'm saying? She was born with juvenile diabetes, and it pretty much affected her whole life. And even though I'm sad about the passing, I do want to use this as a talking point and a talking something that we as African Americans struggle with. Get healthy, man. Get yourself healthy. Do what you got to do. If you need to take your medicine, take your medicine. If you need to, you know, step away from the food, step away from something to better your life, do that, man. Tomorrow's not promised. Your family loves you. Your family is gonna miss you if you're not here. My real talk. My cousin died because she loved fried food. My cousin died because she couldn't, you know, step away from table salt and things of that nature. She wasn't out here, you know, doing dumb stuff, and, you know, she wasn't a victim of the pandemic. She passed away because she couldn't step away from fried chicken, and her doctor told her to. You know what I'm saying? So my charge to us as black men sitting here, but to people in general, pay attention to your health. Your health is vital. You can be here today, gone tomorrow, and, you know, it can definitely be avoided, man. God bless you guys. And Mo, when I catch you with you guys next time.
Man, and he just got to shoot people in the heart, man, make you feel some type of way, man. My heart is with the Simmons family, man, and stay up as best as possible. And he is correct, telling the truth, you know. Stay up on yourself, you know, as much as possible, because we all going through something one way or another, whether dealing with this pandemic or dealing with our own vices at the end of the day. Barry, you already know what to do. Let's close the lid on this grill as best as possible. I don't know how to follow up after this, especially on a heightened situation of emotions up and down. Like, that just was a down. But I got to try and pick them up because my birthday in a few minutes. So I got to try and pick us back up. I got it. Don't worry.
Listen, you know, God bless the dead. Serious, you know, prayers are with you and your family. You know, listen, I struggle with it. I'm diabetic. I was in the hospital for a little bit because it just got out of control. I don't know how I drove myself to the hospital that day, but my sugar was 6 times the normal limit. I should have been in a coma. But, you know, about 100 pounds later, I'm a lot better than where I was. So it is possible. You know, sugar is the most addictive drug in the United States. That's a fact. And you know, you can do it. You can change your life. And, you know, I'm probably in the best shape I've been in since TP and I used to go battle each other in practice back and forth. So it is possible. And I've still got a long way to go, but, you know, I'm thankful. Thank God I'm where I'm at today. So, but listen, I'm surprised we didn't get into Ohio State, Michigan, because we had so much fun talking about that on Sunday, and that game's canceled. The big game.
Go ahead, because I feel the type of way too. Go ahead.
I can't believe it's canceled, and I hope the Big Ten does something to get Ohio State another game, because the rule, TP, if they don't play 6 games, they're not eligible for the championship game next weekend. They need to figure out something. They need to get a game on their schedule and get them in the championship. The Big Ten
from what I've seen, I think they changed it. They're saying they're allowing things to go through for Ohio State.
Okay. Because, listen, Ohio State, the Big Ten has botched this whole year. From, getting a late start, not thinking they could have a season, to, they've done everything in this whole process wrong. So if they would have allowed Ohio State not to be in the championship game when they're clearly the best team, would have been a disgrace. Put Indiana back in the schedule. Go ahead.
So here's the deal. So I'm a Penn State fan. All right, so what's going on is they are actually playing Northwestern for the Big Ten championship next week. Now, not playing this week. They're playing them next week. And then that'll be considered the Big Ten championship. And then that will give Ohio State, if they win, the necessary, leg up to, submit a bid for, national playoff contention.
I mean, listen, the Big Ten has been a disgrace this whole season, being behind. The only conference worse than them was the Pac-12. But listen, Ohio State's the only shining light in that division, and it's just another slap in the face to Michigan, because that's the only game that they had that would have been worth a damn on their schedule, and they can't even get it played. So. It's crazy. I don't know. I can't remember the last time Ohio State and Michigan didn't play in the college season. So, but yeah, it's crazy. I hope they get it done. And Northwestern is not Ohio State's league. So if they would have represented over Ohio State in the conference, not even the conference championship, but in the playoff, it would have been crazy.
I'm gonna say this, like, so I came in late on Sunday when you guys were talking about this. But I honestly think that this was done on purpose by Harbaugh. Okay,
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
When you get hired on Michigan, you have one job. Okay, I don't care what you do, but you have to beat Ohio State, and he has not done that his whole tenure at Michigan. So I think he was like, you know what? I'm not going to lose to Ohio State this year. This saves my job for another year. I also saw a report, and again, I'm taking TP's, whatever, but forget him. It's his birthday. He can catch the mud butt. I saw that they are working out. They are working out a situation right now where they are going to extend his deal another 2 years, but with an opt-out clause in it, to get out of said deal next year. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on with Michigan right now and Harbaugh. But yeah, that's why I think this particular game was canceled. I don't think it has anything to do with COVID or them being, scared to play or anything like that. But I think this was a strategic move to try to screw Ohio State out of qualifying for the Big Ten championship and then disqualifying them to get national recognition for a national championship, and it blew up in their face.
Get him out of there. There's no way that he deserves to be there any longer. They're trying to save face because he's the kid that they remember, the comeback kid. Like, he needs to go. Even the people that I know, because I'm a part of so many of the Detroit Lions groups of people out there in Michigan, and knowing that they're ready to see him walk. Like I don't get what they're trying to keep him attached there for, and he's not been successful in knocking off Ohio State or winning more than, let me just say, be fair. I want to be fair and say more than 10 games, because I think he's gone 10-2 or 9-3 maybe. But they want to see things turn around and make Michigan relevant. And until he could either do one of winning over 10 games or two knocking off Ohio State for more than just one game and then just being happy for 1 year, there's nothing going to change. He's going to be the same guy at the end of the day. At least that's how I feel.
I don't know how he keeps his job. I really don't. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like we said at nauseam on Sunday, I wouldn't be surprised if Harbaugh's still there. But to not play this game, I don't know if it's COVID or not, but it's not going to help his resume at all to basically have their season done because they're not getting into a playoff. They're not getting into a bowl game, and it's just pathetic. I don't know where they go from here. But on that note, I'm good, TP. Brother, happy birthday. Enjoy your day. Many more to come. And, if anything, just remember, the villain is the hero. The hero is the villain. And the Lions can never beat the Giants. Love you, brother.
Wait, what happened last year? What happened last year? They beat the Giants, right? And then the year before, Monday night
that's old stuff. We're talking about that's old stuff.
Hold on. We beat these dudes, and I was there with David Heidi, and when we beat them last year, I was with Michael Burke and David Heidi. Like, this stuff happened. Like, I don't know what he's doing, but he's lying to the people on my birthday. We're serious in here. Like, I just don't get these people. These people do some crazy stuff. Seriously, but that he's going to try to take my recipe.
We don't believe you. We need more people.
Excuse me, stop. I let you talk. You said you were finished, bro, and all this other stuff. This is what you just said to people. You keep lying to the people. I wonder what Xavier and them think about you now. This is what America right now. They're trying to believe in a villain. I told you good always prevails. I even got him over there smiling, rosy cheeked out, all 32 teeth out there. That's terrible. This is what I go through Sports City. They are still talking.
Throw some stuck on my man. He's a hero.
Excuse me, the two of you, keep your hands on the car and lower your tone. Keep your hands on the car and lower your tone. Now, back to what I was saying, because this is my closeout before I was rudely interrupted. Especially, it's the eve of my birthday, and these dudes act like this. This is what these dudes do. They so evil. This, somebody go give them some lollipops or something. I don't know, man. Some stickers or something. I don't know, a Care Bear. They need a Care Bear or something. I don't got to
Care Bear stare. Come on, man. What are you talking about, you clown?
Yo, I had a great time, man. I'm trying to pick my brother up because Sirius always been there for me when I'm going through stuff and losing people. And just like we went through the early portion of the week, me and Barry, we lost some people back to back in the same day. We got to get through this together. I've been finding a better solution on trying to deal with this. Is not staying in that down mode forever, trying to find light at that end of the tunnel, man, and try to think positive as best as you can, even though I'm the one that I take death hard. I don't like to lose people. So I told him I'm trying to train myself to be better in that note, and I got to try and work with my little brother as best as I can. I'm thankful for them to come through this kitchen. I'm thankful to have this thing running with the anniversary that just went by Sunday. Today's my birthday. Well, in about 15 minutes it'll be my birthday. And this is how it go down, and I'm just so happy that Sirius was pissed off. I didn't like that he was cursing Sports City. Don't think that I did it, that I wanted him to go all crazy. He did it himself. He did it himself. But we got through it. See, this is when you gotta just tell him everything's gonna be all right. Bob Marley. Every little thing is gonna be all right. On that note, tell a friend to tell a friend that it's the chefs again. And if they don't know, now they